What's up, you guys? Alright, it is, what is it, Saturday? Something like that. Yeah. Saturday, May 28th, Memorial Day weekend. It is currently just east of Elmore City, Oklahoma. Going to be making a delivery to the Walmart Distribution Center in Pauls Valley. I've come to this place several times, even more recently especially. If you guys are newer to the channel, maybe you're newer to living vicariously through a trucker, whatever the case might be. Maybe you're a trucker just not used to where reefer drivers do loads to. Whatever the case might be, Pauls Valley would be along I-35, about an hour drive or south of Oklahoma City, in between Oklahoma City and the Texas state line. Walmart DC, of course. Picked this load up at the Walmart DC in Colton, California. You guys know I go there so often. Alright, been a little bit of info here. So on the way over here, I ended up, my trainer, Joe, I'll just call him that, my trainer, because he's the guy who originally trained me when I first got my CDL 6 years ago. Now he drives for Hurricane, and he has been on my channel before. Anyway, yeah, when I picked this load up, I ended up shutting down in Yucca, Arizona at the Pride truck stop there. And it turned out he was going to shut down there as well after picking up in Oxnard, California. We shut down within less than 2 hours of each other, so then I'm hanging out there for a bit after he got there to town, and we ended up caravanning together from there to Santa Rosa on the next shift. Did 10-hour breaks together there at the TA in Santa Rosa, and caravan some more from there to Vega, Texas, which is about halfway between the Texas line, Texas-New Mexico line on I-40 and Amarillo. Or Amarillo, for those of you guys who are more language challenged. Now he ended up stopping there for fuel. I ended up pressing on to Amarillo to get a fresh drink and reefer fuel and all that, and continued on. I ended up getting a chance to stop in, well, not exactly where I planned on stopping, but it actually worked out well. I was planning on stopping in Mangum, Oklahoma, to go visit my boys who live there in town, and but, you know, because see what happens, I usually take Highway 287 down to the south from Amarillo toward Fort Worth. And in the little town of Headley, I usually turn left onto whatever that highway is, 206 or whatever. I don't know what the highway number is. It's some state highway right there in Headley. I wanted to turn onto it, but my route, and that would have taken me eventually straight into Mangum. But a stop train was blocking my route there, and some northbound trucks were telling me on the radio that I was probably going to be there a while, but there was a northbound train coming up not far behind them, and sure enough, I saw that northbound train come past the one that was stopped. Came and went, waited a few extra minutes, nothing happened, so I said, you know what, screw this. I'll just continue on down to the town of Memphis, Texas. And in Memphis, there's another highway I can hit right there, right at that same corner where the Love's truck stop in Memphis is. And took that highway across. Eventually ended up on US 62, and ended up just meeting my ex, her husband, and my kids in Altus, Oklahoma, instead of Mangum. I was going to have to go through Altus no matter what. It was just a matter of whether I stopped and made them along the way or if they just meet me down there. And so we ended up having meet up in Altus since because of that train. It actually worked out good because we ended up checking out there's I guess I would call it a steakhouse and saloon, or what, I don't know what you'd call that place. It's a bar and grill, basically, is what I would call it. But yeah, I think they call it like a steakhouse, whatever. There, yeah, and they had like pool tables and what's that? I'm trying to brain. I'm not brain for air hockey. I think that's what it was. Yeah, air hockey game, and yeah, and then. Yeah, pretty good amount of room there for seating for food. I had dinner there. Turned out to be really good. I had a bacon wrap filet. Oh man, that thing was good. Also had a loaded baked potato on the side and loaded mac and cheese. The mac and cheese came with a choice of meat. I chose chicken, grilled chicken. That's what I usually always choose because it's healthier. Go figure when I'm sitting there eating a bacon wrap filet. Oh man, that filet was good though. I was quite happy with it. And the loaded baked potato was really good too. I didn't get a chance to eat my mac and cheese. I got full. That is actually sitting right here in my refrigerator. Yeah, we're going to be making a left turn here onto northbound I-35. Alright, so yeah, it ended up working good. Then we ended up checking out. I was talking to my ex's husband about Hefeweizen beers. Or more simply, just a wheat beer, basically. There are some American ones that are Canadian ones that are common, like Shock Top or Blue Moon. Those would be basically wheat beers. Those tend to be my favorite types. I especially like the some good Bavarian wheat beers. And they have a couple of liquor stores there in Altus that I figured we'd check out and see if they had much of a wheat beer selection, because my ex's husband doesn't know a lot about wheat beers. So I figured, if they have something that I know that I like, I can recommend, I'd point it out. But it turned out they didn't have any of that kind. I mean, they had a little bit there, but not a lot there. It's speaking of, there's something funny with how it is when you're buying liquor in California versus when you're buying it in a lot of other states. Alright, Oklahoma is, I know, what I would call typical. And that would be where if you want to buy hard alcohol, like just say like rum or vodka or even Everclear, who knows, whatever else, you have to go to an actual liquor store to buy it. And when you go to liquor stores in states like Oklahoma or even Idaho and Utah, I think, I want to say South Carolina was the same way when I went TUI there. Most of the states I can think of, if you want hard alcohol, you have to actually go to an actual liquor store. And when you go to those liquor stores, it's mostly nothing but liquors and maybe some beer and wine as well, but mostly liquor. Like if you go to a grocery store in those states, they'll tend to have beer and wine, but no liquor. Now, you go to California, though, that's another can of worms. You can go to a grocery store in California, any random grocery store, Vons, Stater Brothers, Albertsons, whatever you want, and you can get whatever you want there. You can get hard alcohol there. You want rum? Okay, go get it there. You want Tanqueray? Go ahead and get it there. I see you all playing on your phone there with the light on. So it's, I was just finding it really interesting how, that's one of the little culture shocks that happens. Like when someone comes to California and they're not used to Cali, they've never been to Cali or whatever. You go to a grocery store and find all that stuff right at a grocery store, but you go to a grocery store in a state like Oklahoma or Idaho or wherever else, you're not going to find that kind of stuff. You have to actually go to an actual liquor store. Something else with California. We have liquor stores there, but liquor stores there are what most people would just call a C-store, a convenience store or something, or like an ABC type store that just happens to sell hard alcohol as well, or beer, beer, wine, alcohol, whatever. It doesn't matter what it is. It tends to be a small selection of that, and just a lot of any other convenience items. Just regular small convenient snacks and just the bare minimum, like grocery type of stuff that someone might need if they're, I don't know, maybe if they live in the area and they just, oh shit, I forgot, I need a little bit more milk. I'm out of milk, so I'll just stop there. I'm going to stop here real quick at the Loves, make a quick little pit stop. Come on, dude, that car's turning. What the fuck are you waiting for? You can't tell that the car stopped there, not proceeding is a sign that they're not, that they're trying to turn. Man, there's some people stuck on stupid today. I'll tell you that. What are you doing? All right, so that Highway 29 that I was just on when I started this video, did have a couple of interesting things there, I guess. Had one, there was pretty sure it was a skunk crossing the road. I know I didn't hit the body of it, but I cannot be sure that I did not run over its tail. I hope I did not, but I wouldn't be surprised if I did get its tail with my steer tire. It was going from right to left. If I do find parking here, I might go ahead and park here, but I'm not really expecting to, and I'm not really anticipating parking here. So I just figured I'll make a quick pit stop here, and we'll go across the freeway and go park in the dirt lots across the street from Walmart. You see there's a bobtail, or there's a bobtail in that spot there. So how about what's here next to this Hirschbach? Yeah, there's a bobtail in that one too. Okay, so I don't want someone coming in. I don't want someone coming in right behind me, and even when all the other fuel lanes are open. So I'm gonna park right here and go make my quick stop, and we'll get across the street here. Okay. I just do this to try to prevent people from coming up behind me and then turning into asshole, whatever. Hey, you're taking too long to leave here. Well, you're the idiot who parked behind me. So if I park here and there's all the other lanes open, and you can go use one of the other lanes. You don't need to park behind me. People actually do that kind of stuff, and they'll get a business. Like they're looking for trouble. They'll get all pissy with you if you don't move in a timely manner. There's like 7 lanes here. Not a single damn one of them is occupied. There's one over there, and that guy's pulling forward. And they'll pull in behind. They'll actually pull into the one you're in front of, even though all the other ones are wide open. Anyway, let me get checked. I'm gonna go take care of what I'm gonna do, and then we'll head across the way for the finish. All right, guys. Let's go head across the way now. We'll go park in a dirt lot across the street from Walmart. What's with these vehicles in the parking lot? And this car over here, I was driving around with no headlights on, or no lights or of any kind on. Alright. I mean, sometimes there's a reason for cars to be here, and I don't really bitch about it. Some people have an issue. Some drivers do have a problem with four-wheelers being in the truck side of the lot, but if you're one of those kind of drivers, I say mind your fucking business. Don't worry about what other people are doing. You don't know what they're up to there. There are times where I drive my own car into the lot, like just the other day. met up with my wife and daughter at the Flying J in Barstow because she was just getting off work. I was passing through. We met up for lunch, got some Chipotle, Mexican grill, and then I went across. Then when we got done there, we drove the car straight up to my truck that was in the Flying J parking lot, and she dropped me off there. So that's why we go in there sometimes, and especially if there's stuff that I need to transfer from a vehicle to another vehicle, whatever. Good to see you, dude. Alright, there is, if you're new to this area here and you've never seen my other Walmart delivery videos here, this Jetstream Casino here also has truck parking. Not a lot, but, maybe 10 or so spots. Actually, looks like there are some spots open there, too. I see at least 3 or 4 open spots there right now. Or you can come on down here. Right, literally straight across the street from the driveway, for the truck entrance at Walmart is a big dirt lot, and you might be able to see some of the trucks over here now. That is where we'll be parking. There's plenty of room here too, as you might notice. So no point in even parking where they're had to park next to a whole bunch of other people. It's like I usually just park over here on this side, like nobody even around me. They'll have these little ponds here, I guess, so. Yeah, it looks like it might be a dry area over here to the left, on the other side of these 2 little ponds here, or puddles, whatever you want to call them. Also, when you get emptied, you can get a trailer wash out here. It's cash only. There's a phone number you have to call. It's not these guys here that do it. It's actually a lady who lives here in town who comes out to do it. But it's an option. I don't remember how much it is, but it's an option depending on what you need to do, what your needs are. It's something you can at least consider. All right, that should be good. Okay, so I had a couple of little things here. On the way across 29, after I had encountered the skunk, what is it with? Okay, it's a 65 zone along that highway. So if I come across somebody doing 45 to 50, that's makes me wonder, why are you driving that slow? Usually the only people I see driving that slow are people who are under the influence of something, or they're elderly. Now they have vision problems of some sort. Whatever the case, there was this car that kept doing 45 to 50. Occasionally would get up to almost 55, but usually stayed between 45 and 50. Now you got hills there, that like up and down, nothing big, but there are some passing zones, and there were 2 other cars behind them. And it's like nobody would pass the idiot up front. I don't know why, but it got frustrating. Was it the best decision to make? For me, no. But and this is what happens when when you go that far below the speed limit. I'm gonna admit I probably made a bad decision there, and that was trying to pass them, all 3 of them together. It ended up working out just fine, but should I have really done it in hindsight? No. Probably should have just been patient and dealt with it. hope the car would turn off the road sooner or later, but I don't know why the other two cars would never pass. There was way more than enough room. If there was enough room for me to try to pass, then there should have. Had the other two cars gone around the first guy originally, it would have been a no-brainer, real simple move to make. But 3 cars in a row, and then it was like, do I do it or do I not do it? I don't know. I went for it in one spot, and I thought maybe it was a good spot to go because, but I didn't know, I couldn't see how long the passing zone was, where the stripes were at. So I had no idea how much room I really had to work with, but at the same time I was getting frustrated with sitting here behind someone doing 45 to 50 in a 65 mile an hour zone. Okay, case in point for you guys, alright? If you're going to be driving that far below the speed limit, get the fuck off the road. Or if you're going to be, if you're going to do that, at least encourage people to pass you or something. Or get your speed up so you don't encourage people to do stupid, unsafe decisions. Even if they're the ones making the unsafe decision, it is still, especially for a professional driver like myself, it's also a responsibility you have to not encourage people to make unsafe decisions around you. Because when you do stuff that makes them, you don't want to be involved in their mess up. If they make a bad decision in the vicinity of you, you're probably going to get caught up in it anyway. So, doesn't matter whose decision it was. You don't want to be involved in it regardless, okay? So, again, be considerate of other traffic out here. Get off the fucking drugs and alcohol if that's what it is that causes you to drive slow. Most people have no idea that they do that. A lot of people when they're, especially intoxicated, alcohol, have no idea that they end up driving at least 20 miles an hour below the posted speed limit a lot of times. And I wouldn't be surprised if that was what was going on. But they seemed to, I got a little bit of help from them though. They saw that I got in a bad spot and they ended up backing off and actually helped me get around them. I still wasn't happy because I shouldn't have even been in that position in the first place, but yeah, it was what it was. It's not. I'm gonna admit it was not my best decision to make. But it's bad. We all make. We all get put in situations like that where we have to make tough decisions on whether to be patient and deal with it or decide whether it is actually make a move, but with assumption, belief that it really is safe to do, or take a stupid risk. It was a risk that I took, and I would rather not have taken that risk at all. Whatever the case. Anyway, I don't want to hash that out too long here. I want to say there was one other little detail here, but whatever. Anyway, don't want to have the footage too long here, so how about we just skip ahead now to tomorrow morning when it's time to deliver at 6:06 a.m. It is currently 22:44 local time. So I have for about 6 hours or so before I can check in around just after 5 a.m. Also, that's the other thing. I'm down to about 7 hours left on my 70-hour clock. I get nothing at all back tonight, or about an hour and 15 minutes from now I get 0 back. Then I get 3:19 back tomorrow, and 3:44 the next night. So that's 13, maybe 14 hours to work with over the next couple of days. I don't know if that's really going to be enough to be worth it. I might end up telling my dispatch in the morning, if there's some load available after I get done with the 10-hour break that works with my hours, okay, I don't mind doing it. But if it turns out I'd be better off if I'm more well served to just do a 34-hour reset and just be ready to roll on the 30th. around 9 or so in the morning, then that'll be what's that the plan is there. So something along that line going on. I don't mind running on recaps, especially because I like driving at night. So a lot of people don't like to do recaps. So be it. I know it would be a no-brainer, definitely a 34 for some other people. For me, I don't really care. Just whatever works. Anyway, we'll skip ahead now to when it's time to go check in, alright? Alright guys, it's time to go check in. It's just after 5 a.m. now. Still got plenty of room here in this lot. Let me switch my status. I don't want to... I actually still have a couple hours on my DOT clock. However, going right across the street, I could creep all the way in, but why would I want to do that? So I will PC over here. So I figure out where the driveway is. I think yeah, it's basically the opening between all the bushes and trees or whatever. Yeah, that's it. Looks like this driveway here could use some TLC. Starting to get some craters here. And those lights I see up there, I could have sworn there were cars coming, but no, those are just like perimeter lights over here for the DC, I think, or actually it might be I don't know. Could be a like sign light on I-35 or something. No, it looks like a vehicle just parked over there by the entrance to the employee parking lot or something. I don't know. Anyway, all right, so we'll get checked in here and get Dr. Roll. I can't guarantee we'll dock in right away because usually I come here, I get told to stage and just find a place to park and check in and stage and wait for a dock door. So fingers crossed. I'm gonna par for the course would be I wait about 40 minutes for a dock door to become available, somewhere around there, but maybe we'll get lucky and have a door right away. Alright guys, we done checking in here at the guard shack. Actually have a dock door assignment, door 111. Won't be too far away from the shipping office, or my receiving office. Or as Walmart calls them, Central Receiving Office or Central Transportation Office. I don't know if that guy up in front of me is docking in or still or what. Got his headlights on, so I don't want to be pointing my headlights right at him if he is trying to back up. The headlights on at all, that's another good reason. If you're in a dock door, make sure your lights are off. Actually, you shouldn't even have your parking lights on when you're in a dock door. Kind of like these guys on both sides of them have their headlights on. Yeah, and I can't see very well because his headlights are facing me, so I'm concerned about pedestrians, drivers driving to and from, walking to and from their trucks. Okay. I think 111 is this, yeah. 111's where this prime truck is, so I'm gonna have to park off to the side for a second. They're probably gonna be getting their bills really soon if they haven't already. They're not hooked up to their trailer yet, but knowing Walmart, they are probably getting their bills or getting called about their bills really soon. So I'll just hang out here and just give you some more footage here when Prime pulls out of the door. All right, guys. Prime is about to vacate their door. I'm gonna go get in position. I don't know what she's doing right now, but she already opened. I think she closed one of her doors already. I would leave the door open personally. Alright, look like they're finally pulling out. Let me turn my headlights off so I'm not pointing at. How is Freimiller still not in the door? Holy shit. And he's still gonna need to reset. I'm gonna have to wait for them to set their brakes. Alright, we're good. Alright, we'll get the doors open. Okay, as a reminder, best practice, you're opening your doors, do not do it while you're blocking the fucking roof there. While I'm sitting over there, that same Freimiller driver was in the setup position, opening their doors, and a bobtail driver tried to squeeze between us. Came close to hitting my mirror because of that. Good. I'm gonna be off here. That guy opening his door right when I'm trying to back in kind of messed things up too. Ended up stopping in the middle of my backing there because I thought he was getting ready to get out of his truck. There we go. Okay, we'll get disconnected and call the office back up, let them know we're disconnected. pressure to drop to 0. Basically letting the trailer come gently down to the ground. I leave the landing gear about an inch or so off the ground, and I drop my airbags and let it come down gently, and then then that's when I pull forward. Alright, so probably be here a few hours. I don't know. I gotta call the receiving office, let them know that I'm now docked in and disconnected and all that. Going back to what I was talking about with Fry Miller, what they were doing there. Yeah, it might only take a minute or two while you're blocking the lane to do that, to open your doors, but my concern is you don't have any respect for other people, that they might have things to do as well. Regardless of whether it's hardly any time wasted, it's a lack of respect and consideration for other drivers. Other people have places to go to, or what they want to get to. Like I said, and that bobtail driver came close to hitting my mirror because they were trying to squeeze between us. And it wouldn't have been a question at all had Fry Miller opened his doors while he was not blocking in, most of the lane. And also saw Walmart, a Crete Walmart dedicated driver wanting to come over here as well, from their terminal thing over here, and I couldn't do it because Fry Miller blocking the lane. So, you guys, I know it only takes an extra minute or two of waiting, but have some respect as well here, right? You're not the only one out here. If you can do what you can do without affecting someone else, then do it. There's not a strong likelihood that the guys in the dock doors here are going to be pulling out at the wanting to pull out while you're doing that. And you can also look at the dock doors. Who's in their driver's seat? Who's doing what? Especially here at Walmart DCs, where you're disconnected from your trailer. If you're hooked up your trailer at all and in your driver's seat, you know that the driver is probably either just getting into the door or getting ready to pull out of the door. Looking at the door lights also can give you clues. Are the door lights red or green or whatever? All that can kind of give you an idea. Are you going to be in anybody's way? And there's not too much likelihood when someone's in a dock door that you're going to really affect them much when they're at all. Actually, when you're opening your doors in front of them while leaving the thoroughfare wide open. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get some more rest. I need to call the receiving office, and we'll continue this when it's time to check out. All right. All right, guys, we're all done here. Just about we're on 9:34s when they called me up to see if my bills were ready. Alright. Let's get hooked back up. Alright, pull forward. Just want to make sure that I got my load lock back. Not that I really care, because it's not a very good load lock. But nonetheless, it could be useful still, even if it's a pain in the ass to work with. we are good to go. Let me send an empty call now. Now, I would normally not be sending an empty call right here, but there's nobody sitting here waiting for a door, so it's not really a big deal, and it only takes a second. If there was anybody sitting here waiting for a door, I would definitely not be doing it right here. Alright. Come on. Alright.
You have 7 hours and 5 minutes of remaining drive time.
Personal use. Empty. Personal use. Okay. Now we're going to PC back over to Love's. Like I said, I only got 7:05 left on my 70-hour clock, and I get just a tad over 3 hours. I think 3:05, whatever it is, something like that. Tonight. So it's only 10 hours I can run if I roll into, even if I roll into my recaps, I still can't run a full shift. And then tomorrow night I get only 340 something back as well, so I don't really think I'm going to be able to do a hell of a lot. But you never know. Something could come up where that could work with those hours, but it might be just as well to do a 34-hour reset. And I would be done tomorrow morning at around 9 a.m. So I'll tentatively plan on doing a 34 over here. OTR on the inner lane. Come all the way up to that stop line up there. Okay, would say we'll finish right now, but I know you guys like to watch some backing footage, so we'll get over to Love's and do a backing there at the end of one of the parking spots there, then I'll end the video there for you. What is this place? God. Alright, I could also park across the street again, but no point. I would, like I said, rather give some good backing footage for you guys. Put on this pickup to go by. I could have pulled out in front of him, but there was no point. I don't know how fast he was going to come by, and even with me being empty, I don't know if I was going to accelerate fast enough to not affect them. I think this is one of those pulling fax loads. Where all they really did was pull the freight and then take the bills up front. But it still took a while because I had a 6:06 a.m. appointment time. And I got a text message saying that they were done unloading me, which really doesn't mean that the bills are ready. It just means that they're done unloading me, and bills may or may not be on their way to the office, to the receiving office by then. I think it was at 8:41, something like that, or, when I got that text message, and then they called me at 9:34. So definitely not prompt at all if that was a pull-in fax. I don't only have the original stuff they gave me. I don't have the actual manifest or proof of delivery. Alright, turn into here. Alright, I see at least one facing me, and then of course there are several on the road that's right up next to the Catskill. Not really too picky. May go ahead and go to one. Oh, actually, you know what? One there next to those two guys who are nosed in probably be good, but I don't know what I want to park next to two guys who are nosed in because they're sticking further out. But it's easy as hell to get out of here. As long as nobody blocks the lane. I might just go park next to this Tyson truck here. Yeah, I'll go for that. Shoot a little bit. Or shoot a little bit because my tandems were not, my trailer wasn't squared up with my tractor. So. Gonna be a one and done kind of vacuum here. Perfect. Good, Ma, no hands. Came out of reverse a little bit prematurely. A little uphill grade here made me caused me to stop. Okay, so now we can finally call this one a day. Hope you guys enjoyed that backing footage there, and yeah, actually both of them. I mean, Walmart DCs are easy to back at all the time, so it's not. I don't know if there was really much to the, to the Walmart backing that would have been too beneficial to some of you guys, but I'm sure this one here probably was, at least, maybe a little bit. Start my turn normally again when my hood mirror gets one spot to the end of this guy's spot, the other side of this guy's spot to my left, the Tyson truck. And it's just, I usually pick a spot across the lane that's just about when I start, I'll steer straight in between my right and left turns. And I usually steer straight when I get to right about where it's at least one full trailer length in between the nose of my truck and the objects across the lane for me. And then I'll go across, and when it's time to when I have to turn left to avoid running into them is when I start turning left. And I want to get my tractor pointed straight down the lane. That's when I stop and then just come straight on back. And then it's just controlling the steering with the trailer with varying amounts of left steer on the way in. That's all I really do. Pretty simple. It sounds a lot easier. I make it sound a lot easier than it really is for some of you guys, and and I understand, but paying attention to what the trailer is doing and actually reacting to it, and or knowing what it's going, how to control it. It's a huge part of getting in here easily. Anyway, we'll ramble on, and this is going to be one where it'll be on my YouTube channel in record time, it'll seem. I've already done edited the first two parts of it, showing up from Highway 29 to here, and from here over to the staging area, the dirt lot across the street from the DC. So the only thing I really have to do now is just edit get into the Walmart DC and get back out over to here, and that's it. And it'll be on my channel. So this is definitely going to be on my channel the same day of the delivery, which not very common that I'm able to do that for you guys, but sure you guys will enjoy that. And of course I'll have some other footage coming probably soon. I know there was something else I wanted to cover. I don't know, we'll figure it out, but till then, every so often you'll see like a little shorter stuff get posted on my Facebook page as well. It is public, so yeah, I don't know that you even need a Facebook account to see that kind of stuff. And you don't have to be friends with me on Facebook to see the videos that I post there that are public. So then I do that for a reason, because I have a lot of followers who, not just through trucking, but also through my TSP group, who follow me but aren't friends with me, so they just want to see what my updates are. So alright, so that said, I'm gonna go ahead and call this one a day. And like I said, I don't really expect that I'll be leaving here until sometime tomorrow morning once I've done a 34-hour reset. There's a slight chance I might roll tonight or later this evening, whatever, into my recaps, but I wouldn't really bet on it. We'll see how it goes. So whenever something else comes up I can pick up, I will have another video for you guys coming soon. Alright, you guys all have a great day, and we'll see you on the next pickup. Alright, thanks.